All diesel engines operate with what we refer to as a constant volume intake. This means that they draw in a full cylinder of air on each intake stroke. Compared to a petrol engine that controls both air and fuel to alter the power output, a diesel engine only requires the amount of supplied fuel to be changed. Welcome to the Ryco Filters Training Academy. Electronic controlled diesel fuel systems were introduced mainly to meet tightening emission regulations, with common rail systems being introduced to mainline OEMs in the late 1990s. In addition to reduced emissions, new generation common rail fuel systems offer improved performance, lower fuel consumption with quieter operation. The majority of these attributes are achieved through extremely high injection pressures and precise electronic control, which improves fuel atomisation and therefore enhances ignition and combustion. Filtered diesel fuel is delivered to the high pressure system via a low pressure delivery pump. It's vital that a quality diesel filter be installed to prevent contamination and subsequent damage to the high pressure injection system. The high pressure fuel pump is generally gear or belt driven by the crankshaft, and as such will deliver greater volumes at increased engine speed. The maximum working pressure of these twin and triple chamber high pressure pumps is in the region of 35,000 psi, which is regulated via a suction control valve. To effectively limit high pressure output, the ECM commands the suction control valve to open, returning some of the fuel from the pumping chambers back to the fuel tank. The remainder of the pressurised fuel is delivered to a fuel rail, where it's distributed to individual injectors. Rail pressure is monitored by the ECM, and commands are sent to the suction control valve to maintain fuel delivery based on the engine operating conditions. Injection of high pressure fuel into the combustion chambers is managed by the ECM, again due to crankshaft speed, engine load, air mass and throttle position. CRD injection is very different to a typical petrol system. The injectors are pulsed many times to achieve precise injection of fuel for a given compression stroke. Due to the extreme high pressure and precision control of these injectors, it's imperative to select the correct Ryco fuel filter when servicing or repairing these systems. Fuel delivery to the cylinders will be in the form of pre, main and post-injection cycles. During pre-injection, the ECM pulses the injector solenoid fairly early in the compression stroke, but only delivers a very small quantity of diesel. This has the effect of increasing the combustion chamber's pressure and temperature. This is done to prevent what we know as diesel knock, or the uncontrolled burning of diesel fuel due to inconsistent cylinder temperatures and pressures. Main injection occurs just before the piston reaches top dead centre on its compression stroke. The ECM again pulses the injector, although for a much longer time frame. Post-injection usually occurs during active regeneration of the vehicle's DPF. A small amount of fuel is injected into the combustion chamber during the exhaust stroke. This raw fuel travels to the DPF, where it mixes with oxygen and self-ignites, raising the temperature of the DPF to around 600 degrees Celsius, whereby excess soot deposits are converted to CO2. Just like a typical petrol-injected engine, common rail diesel ECMs use data from a variety of feedback sensors. This information is collected and compared with lookup tables stored in the processor's memory. The ECM uses these tables to select the appropriate fuel map that suits the current operating conditions. The information stored in this map is then used to control outputs or actuators. The commands could be a change in how much fuel is delivered to the cylinders for differing load conditions, EGR flow and position operation, turbocharger boost pressure control, Or it could be that the ECM is demanding an active regeneration to occur. With nearly half of the vehicles on our roads powered by diesel and demands for cleaner, more environmentally friendly systems growing, isn't it time we understand a little more about how CRDs operate? As always, follow the Ryco Filters Training Academy and develop your knowledge with the market leaders in filtration. Thanks for watching.